Hello, my astrology family. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and this is a special astrological forecast for the beginning of 2020, basically the first 17-20 days of the new year, because we're entering a very sacred time. I don't know if other astrologers will talk about that, because most astrologers will focus probably that the energy is Capricorn, it's very material and such, but I'll give you a very different perspective based not only on modern astrology, but on esoteric astrology, on ancient astrology, and on Vedic astrology. And why am I calling this a very sacred time? Because it will be a time of manifesting on the spiritual and material level. It's such power to manifest that we're entering basically the last 2 days of 2019 and the first 17 days of 2020. And it's a positive manifestation. But let me start one by one. Let me explain to you what I mean by this. And I'll speak about each of the 12 signs, but probably would like to hear that to understand more. Why am I talking about sacred time with triple manifesting power for good, for positive manifestation? And first of all, it's sacred time because this new year is starting between two eclipses. The time between two eclipses is known to bring big reversals and changes and big life decisions, like, starting new jobs, ending big chapters of your life, or starting new such, pregnancy, births, deaths, meeting karmic or very important people, and such like events that were predestined for us, that were part of our karmic contract when we come here on earth. We do have free will, of course we do, but some events are there that our soul chose to experience them, and a lot of them happen in the period between two eclipses or around two eclipses, and we're starting the new year with such a special time, when I call it the cosmic rail changer, like the rails that when the rails of destiny change, because the universe is adjusting itself when the time is between two eclipses. And so are our lives. And often we veer off the right track from our life. And then during eclipses, we're kind of readjusted by our higher self. So the angels that take care of us, or God, or whatever you want to call it, we are readjusted on the right tracks. And often it can feel like some kind of crisis, even because something big happens, but in most cases, eventually within a month or two, we realize this might be one of the biggest blessings that happens in our life, because it puts us again, as I said, on the right tracks. That's one of the reasons why I call it sacred time, because we can really trigger powerful manifestations and life-changing events. But there is another reason that I call it a very sacred and spiritual time, because there will be 5 planets in the sign of Capricorns. We're going to have the sun, Jupiter is already there, Saturn is already there. Oh, my thing is not working very well. Pluto is already there. And now Mercury is joining. And actually, according to ancient astrology, only visible planets really make a big stellium. So till now we had, I would say, Sun, Jupiter, and Saturn in Capricorn, but now Mercury is coming to join from the last 2 days of 2019 and the first 17 days of 2020. And ancient astrology said that when 4 or more planets are in the same sign in the sky, and it doesn't matter if you use Western, tropical, or sidereal astrology, both in sidereal and in tropical zodiac, we're going to have 4 planets in the same sign, in the sign of Sagittarius sidereally, or in the sign of Capricorn tropically. And according to ancient astrology, when you have 4 or more planets in the same sign, it's a combination for spiritual liberation. It's a combination. When people are born with 4 more planets in the same sign, they're called sannyasis. So I'm not sure if I pronounce it well, but these are people like someone who can become a yogi, someone who can have a mystical experience, someone who can achieve, overcome duality, you know, because on the earth we all see with consciousness, most people, of duality, and we all strive hopefully one day to achieve consciousness of unity, which is a feeling of being in flow with everything, of being co-creator, of loving everything around. People describe it as the most magical state of consciousness, of constant bliss and joy. And people who have 4 or more planets in their birth chart, according to ancient astrology, in the same sign, can achieve those states. So now we're going to have collectively 4 such planets at the same time in one sign. So we have like a cosmic opening for about 18, 19 days, where some mystical, powerful, illuminating experiences can happen for some of us who are ready, or a shift in consciousness. You know, such a tremendous power of 4 planetary bodies, actually 5 if you count Pluto, together very close to the cosmic, the womb of the cosmos, the galactic center, because the galactic center is situated in that constellation where the 4 planets will be, of tremendous spiritual power. So when such planets align, there is a powerful possibility to raise your consciousness in that area of your horoscope where you have those 4 planets, basically in the sign, in the tropical sign of Capricorn. And I'm going to be talking a lot about Capricorn this time, but don't run away if you're not Capricorn. If you're like, oh, I'm a Virgo or I'm a Gemini, this is not for me. Because no matter what your sun sign or ascendant sign is, everyone has got Capricorn in some area of their horoscope, which indicates that Capricorn rules some area of their life. For example, for Aries, Capricorn rules their career and social status. For Virgo, their romantic life and children. For Gemini, it rules healing and transformation and resources from others. You know, for Capricorn, it rules their physical body and path in life. For Jupiter, their material resources. And whatever we have Capricorn in our horoscope, it's already a difficult area of our life, difficult to master, just because the nature of Capricorn is like that. Capricorn symbolizes mountains, goats, you know, and the area, you know, and what, you know, how goats live in very inhospitable environment. They live where there's bare minimum vegetation, where it's super rocky and hard to climb, where it's super dangerous as well, a lot of obstacles. So you have to plan your every step. So wherever Capricorn is situated in our horoscope, we have a predisposition for repeated lessons there, or for having a more than normal amount of obstacles in our life, or where they're more inhospitable environment, or where we had to overcome initial setbacks, or just limiting and constricting circumstances, or downright difficult. And that's also where Saturn is in your horoscope natally, but also where the sign Capricorn is. For example, Virgos are known, because Capricorn is in their 5th house, are known to have repeated lessons and difficulties of opening their heart and expressing themselves affectionately, because the 5th house that Capricorn rules for them is, and Capricorn, as I said, always has a bit of a restricting, difficult environment, is the house of self-expression, of love, of giving and receiving love, of falling in love, romantic experiences. So for example, it's known that Sagittarius, who have Capricorn in the 2nd house, have difficulty of grasping the material, and they have to make repeated efforts to create material security in their life. So everyone has Capricorn somewhere, where we usually have repeated lessons, struggling with that energy, and it's almost like you're climbing a mountain there. And I always love to give an example for Capricorn as an alpinist, the people that climb rocks, you know, and mountains. You know, when you climb Everest, I've watched the documentary and it was fascinating. It really showed the nature of Capricorn. Alpinists, when they're gonna climb Everest, the highest mountain, they don't just go like, say this is Everest. They don't just go here, then stop, then go here and stop, and then go to the top. It's actually fascinating what they do. They come to base camp, they come here, they come down again. Maybe they do this 20 times. Then maybe here to here, they do this for a few months. So their body can get adjusted. So it's a constant back and forth, because their body gets used to not having enough oxygen. They're training them like that. So it's kind of a rigorous, repetitive, boring job, going back and down, back and down. It might carry on. Sometimes it's 3 months job, And then one day, and then maybe they've reached here one day, but they've been a few times up to this base here. And one day, when the weather conditions allow it, and when their body have adjusted, they do the full climb up there to the hill. So this is very much the nature of Capricorn. Whatever we have Capricorn in our horoscope, we basically have to do the same thing. We start climbing and we come back down because it's too hard, because there is obstacles. We have to retreat back. We have to regroup. We have to make a new plan. We have to accommodate to the increasing challenges. So the same, all of us have some area in our life that's ruled by Capricorn where we have to make consistent, repeated efforts. For Aquarius, this is the 12th house, for example, mental health and letting go of past patterns and addictions. So for every person, for every sign, according from the ascendant, or maybe sun and moon sign as well, we have that area where we have to be alpinists, where we should not give up, where usually that area of our life only starts becoming better in the second part of life. Sometimes it improves after the first Saturn return at 29 considerably, but we really get the knack of it after the second Saturn return at 54. So it's almost like a lifelong, the second part of life is when we actually can master that area. Until then, till we get to the top, it's like a grueling, repetitive work of constant discipline, of constant restriction of air, of supplies, of resources, and you have to become, Capricorn is known as the sign of basically ascension, achieving the peak, achieving the top. And because it's sign Earth, often people with strong Capricorn first achieve the heights of material ambition. They get to the tops when no one else can go. Some of them literally climb mountains. Others just climb corporate mountains, climb career mountains. On the material world, they reach high ascension, because Capricorn is also the sign. If you look from Aries, starting here on the wheel, Capricorn is always at the top of the wheel. So it's the highest sign, the highest possible achievement we can do is the sign of ascension. But for more spiritually developed people, after they've achieved in previous lifetime or this lifetime, the peak of career or world or some achievement in an area of certain life, they start using that Capricorn to achieve spiritual heights, spiritual ascension. Because spiritual ascension requires a lot of self-discipline, rigorous deprivation sometimes, willingness to try over and over, not to give up. And spiritual disciples and initiates are also ruled by Capricorn. So as CEOs and people at the top of the material hierarchies, but so are people at the top of the spiritual hierarchies, like the master yogi in a mountain, meditating there in a cave for 20 years. The solitude that it involves, the self-restraint, the self-control that it involves. But also once you reach that peak of mastership with the spiritual material, it's the feeling of unity with God. And actually Capricorn has three symbols. It's not just the gold, like we know. In ancient time, in Vedic astrology, Capricorn was symbolized also by the crocodile. And what does crocodile do? Crocodiles, they're masters of survival. For millions of years, they have not changed. They've survived. The dinosaurs have disappeared. They have outlived the dinosaurs. They're still the same as millions of years ago. Masters of survival. So that's what Capricorn have as well. Some area in your life, you're a master of survival. No matter how many times life knocks you down, you get up again and try over. For Aries, this is their career and social status. For Cancer, it's their relationship, Saturn rules there. For Leo, it might be their health and work, because Capricorn rules there. So this is where So crocodiles are also very patient. So of course they sit there, they don't attack, they wait for an animal to come and then they ambush. They're well thought out plans. They don't rush into things. This is also an area where we don't rush into things, but we have to wait patiently for the right circumstances to come so we can grab the possibility to reach to the top or whatever we want to achieve, like the crocodile can. And now there will be such an opening, because 4 planets will activate Capricorn, and 3 of those planets activated for positive manifestation. I'll speak about that in a bit. This is Gemini astrology, very ancient branch of astrology that was rediscovered recently. We've lost it for a few thousand years. The knowledge was probably too powerful, and now we're trying to decode it because it's written in riddles. It's written in poetic language with numbers, and it's kind of coded, so to speak. And master astrologers and scientists in those fields, scholars, whom I know the privilege of being my teachers, like Wilhelm, are decoding Gemini astrology. And it turns out that they gave a system of a sign can get activated for positive manifestation to 3 levels by its ruler, when the planet that rules it transits it. And that's going to be Saturn. Saturn is transiting already its sign. So it becomes 1 level of positive manifestation. Then if Jupiter is also there, and Jupiter is in Capricorn, it unlocks that sign for second level, even more of positive manifestation. And if Mercury also joins, so the ruler Jupiter and Mercury unlocks the sign for a triple level of positive manifestation. Triple power of positive manifestation according to ancient Gemini. And they said when this happens, when one sign gets activated by those 3 planets, this will give you the potential of that sign. And this being Capricorn from the last 2 days of 2020, when Mercury joins Jupiter and Saturn, which are already there. Mercury comes and joins them. Oh my God, why don't I have a better pen? Because Mercury is invisible now. When Mercury comes and joins them, we have triple unlocking of the sign of Capricorn for manifestation. Whatever area of your life Capricorn falls in, you're going to manifest its full potential. You're going to be allowed now to climb to the top of this mountain, whatever it represents in your life. Till now, you'll be going first base, back, second base, back, first base, back and forth. So there is something you've been struggling, or it's been more slower, more stagnant process that requires a lot of self-discipline, that you keep getting it wrong all the time, whatever Capricorn is. So that you have to, or that usually there's some ignorance there and repeated effort is needed, or there's not enough resources or blockages or obstacles. Until now, you're almost like you've been in training. And now the universe, in this rare opening for just 17, 18, 19 days, will allow you to make a home run for the top. Will allow you to finally, all this training that you've been, to achieve the peak of that mountain for yourself. So a lot of us will be climbing personal mountains. All of us will be in certain area of our life, but this time we'll get to the top. It won't be going back to base 0 now. As I said, it's triple manifesting power. It has such tremendous spiritual power, this 4-planet conjunction. As I said, it's also for spiritual, because I told you 4 planets together, it's spiritual manifestation in the sign of Capricorn, which is very mystical sign. It's not just material. One manifestation symbol of Capricorn is the crocodile. Talked about that. And the crocodile also is the lower manifestation of Capricorn, because it kind of indicates also stagnation, and kind of indicates ferociousness and greed and cruelty. And some people you can notice who are stuck in the lower vibration. Now Capricorn, strong Capricorn energy can activate, trigger in them the survival instinct, and they might be willing to be ruthless and cruel to get what they want. So I hope you're not in their vibration or path, but if you notice them, remember that the energy of the crocodile, the lower manifestation of Capricorn, the more ancient one, which rules the reptilian brain as well. What does the reptilian brain want? I want this, I'm going to get it no matter what. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to pass through you like a steam train. I don't care, of flight and fight response as well. The survival instinct, the fear can increase a lot in people as well with this tremendous power of so many planets in Capricorn, the sign of the crocodile, the instinctive mind, the fight and flight mind, the reptilian brain, and that just wants to achieve its desire, or that it just wants to survive, basically. So you'll notice, unfortunately, some people will resonate in the low vibration, that they feel a lot of, and possibly everyone will. Everyone has the reptilian brain. So we might kickstart that process with increased fears, survival mode, apprehensions and worries that can put you in a more selfish state, that you're like the crocodile, willing to ambush and attack in some way. And if you encounter such people, if you feel like that, remember that Capricorn has two other symbolism. The second symbolism of Capricorn is the goat. That's the second level. So crocodile, goat, that's the one that we know it nowadays by. Most of humanity has reached the ability to manifest no longer just the crocodile. Now most of humanity manifests Capricorn through the goat, the sea goat actually. It's not just a goat. It's a sea goat. It's half fish, half goat, which shows again the connection of Capricorn. Sea and water is connected to spirit and the soul, the astral. The goat is an earth animal. It's connected to the earth. So Capricorn is a sign that's quite mystical. It's deep in spirituality and materialism. Capricorn is the sign through which the souls leave the earthly incarnations. They enter through Cancer. So all souls that are born on earth, they pass through the constellation of Cancer to enter into the earth incarnation, but they leave through the sign of Capricorn, the opposite sign, because that's why Capricorn is known also the sign of death. The sky, the death with the sky is ruled by Capricorn, the sign of old age and dying. And it's very mystical, because it connects us actually with we fear death so much here on the earth, but from the spiritual perspective, souls that have gone on the other side, they say that this is the most glorious and happy moment of their existence, the day of their death, when they go back home into the spiritual. So Capricorn might feel so scary from us here on earth, because it connotates death, oldness. It connotates the end, drying out of life. But because it's also spiritual sign, which the goat, sea goat, being half watery animal, and it's the gate towards the invisible world, it connotates the attainment of, and when we die, what happens? Our consciousness changes. We achieve higher initiation, basically, to a higher consciousness. That's why they're much happier when we die. When we go on the other side, we're more alive. We don't die, we get reborn for a bigger, for a newer life, for a more full life. And people who die, they say, oh my God, life on earth, turns out it felt like when they were there, and they crossed and they came back, near death experience. And they say, you realize when you cross over that the life you had on earth felt like a dream, like a sleep, that it felt like you were dead. You're truly alive over there. It felt like a half aware consciousness. I don't want to instigate you to kill yourself or something, to tell that the other side is better, but it is. So don't be afraid. But Capricorn carries the mystery of death. Capricorn carries the mystery of initiation into higher consciousness. As I said, it rules disciples and initiation. So it's not only material achievements, it's ascension of consciousness. It's ascension, achieving heights of any sort. And that's what a spiritual disciple and a spiritual student does. And a lot of you will enter into a spiritual discipleship mode, into discipleship, like, and as I said, discipleship involves a lot of doing things over and over. When someone enters to become a disciple, what they make them carry water for 10 years back and forth, and they make them scrub floors, and they don't realize that this actually is the initiation. Learning to do repetitive jobs, to not give up, to the discipline, the self-discipline that they're preparing for the disciple. And then after that, they initiate them, but that's what Capricorn teaches us here on earth, wherever it is, to consistently, like a robot, almost on and on and on, and just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, you know. And that, and that's when you can achieve spiritual. First, you learn it on earth by certain repeated lessons and over, so you kind of develop that muscle of self-discipline, and then you can achieve a breakthrough and a height. And the same is for the spiritual world, for a spiritual attainment. And a lot of you will have the opportunity for that breakthrough now, in the material level and in the spiritual. But yes, so the gold symbolism of Capricorn is the hard work that we have to do on the earth to climb up from the crocodile state at the bottom of the mountain that lurks there, and just, you know, that animal, reptile brain of humans that is just survival, and I'm just going to do anything to survive, and I don't care, just I need to survive my skin to be alive, to get my hands on what will keep me alive, you know. That's the lower mentality of Capricorn. Then the goal that most humans are currently to the stage of, in this lifetime, the goal is the one that does the hard work. It's climbing up. Have you seen goats, how they climb on basically vertical mountains? That's how it might feel, that area of your life where Capricorn is. But that's the great work you're doing. And what you can't, and an alpinist, they can't just say, oh, I'm climbing from here, and they go, oh my God, they make a plan. They first send groups up, more experience, that research, they make paths for them, they go through them, they make plans, which side of the mountain, you know. So Capricorn requires a really thought out plan. So next 17 days, 18, 20 days, you're going to have a really well thought out plan that will come to you. Maybe you've prepared it already, but you're going to act on it, and you're going to climb through it, and you're going to reach your peak now. Again, I repeat, even if it gets hard, if you feel the environment is inhospitable, if you feel it's insurmountable, now you're given all the resources. It's a rare opening, all the resources to get to that mountain peak in your life. And we're going to talk what exactly it is for you in your life according to Sun, Moon, and Ascendant sign. And then there is the highest manifestation of Capricorn according to esoteric astrology. This is the symbol of the unicorn. Maybe when we come to the age of Capricorn in about 2,000 years from now, all humans will come to the level of manifesting not so much the goat anymore, but the unicorn. What is the unicorn? The unicorn is a horse with one, it's a magical being. It symbolizes in mythological literature purity. It symbolizes in esoteric astrology the spiritual awareness. You know, one horn rather than two horns symbolizes that someone who is able to merge the two eyes. It symbolizes the horn, the third eye. And through the third eye, once we develop it, we stop seeing the world as a duality. We start seeing it as a unity, what I was telling you about. A unity, which means that you feel everything is you, you're everything, you love everything. Something what Eckhart Tolle talks about, how you just sit in awe of everything and you just love everyone. And you're in awe of, you know, that there's no you and me, black and white, hunger, it's like, and everything flows for you. You want bread, and suddenly someone opens the door and says, oh, here is a baked and extra bread. You know, when you're in the state of consciousness of unity, working through the single horn of the unicorn, which is the single third eye, the single vision, everything that you want manifests for you. And you just go into the flow, and everything is no longer a game of survival like with the crocodile. You don't have to lurk there in the muddy waters and wait and grab your prey and be a animal, praying animal, not prey. Is that called, what it's called? Yes, carnivorous animal. You become, the transformed Capricorn is an animal of pure spiritual joy, of pure spiritual consciousness. The most pure animals is Capricorn, and the horn of the Capricorn. So that's why Capricorn holds some of the lowest manifestation of human beings, an area where in our lives we can do some of the lowest things, you know, like for example, for Aquarius might be the 12th house, hidden vices. For Virgo, for Libra, it might be the 4th house, family issues, or emotional inability, or kind of some emotional problems, you know. So we can have where Capricorn is in our horoscope, or people that are born under strong Capricorn ascendants on the moon can have some of the lowest manifestation in that area of their life, or they can be some of the lowest, greediest, most stubborn, most like Brian, our evolutionary astrology calls them, old fart energy, Scrooge energy. Or you can meet people with strong Capricorn who are the opposite. They might have reached the unicorn stage, spiritual disciples, yogis, very high level of spiritual attainment. So Capricorn is the key from climbing from the gut of the animalistic towards the highest attainment of spiritual achievement, transforming from an animal into a spiritual, about super conscious being type of thing. And we're in between stages now at the gold stage, where we're half animal but climbing up towards. So, but I detract. I'm making this a whole lecture of astrology instead. But I just wanted to, I find it fascinating. I wanted to share those things with you, so you can see the beauty of this sign. It is the key to initiation. It is the key to spiritual growth, and any growth in life is Capricorn. It's the key to the next stage, just like Capricorn is the gate to death, the next stage of much better life, higher consciousness. Even Hitler, when he died, he went to a better condition, because once you don't have the body, you're already much lighter. Okay, but of course there are other things there, probably for Hitler, his next incarnations. I don't envy him. But anyway, coming back to that, so Capricorn is this really special, not only material energy, but highly spiritual. And anyone who wants to go to the next stage, to achieve, to climb a mountain, to reach a mountain, an ascension of consciousness, or an ascension of material manifestation, they have to pass through the lessons of Capricorn: repeated hard work, overcoming obstacles, rare oxygen, way less auspicious conditions, and like the alpinists reach there. So we'll be climbing that mountain, we'll be achieving our own Everest, and we'll be achieving this transformation into unicorns. And as I said, this is an opening now. It's a triple manifesting power. So for Aries, especially rising, do check your rising sign. I have a birth chart calculator. You can see what your rising sign is if you know your time of birth. So if for Aries rising or sun and moon, so on second place, Capricorn rules their career. So they have their personal mountain to climb in the next 19 days, which might take them to the peak of some career achievement and social status achievement. Some culmination of a sort. Triple manifesting power of Capricorn can give them, some of you, promotion, or a new job, or a better boss, or a new ambition that shines bright. And don't forget that Capricorn requires consistent effort, but as I said, you're given the opportunity now to climb to the top. Maybe you've had to consistent efforts, and me as an Aries, I know that nothing in my career comes to me as a gift. It's always, well, of course, it's a gift that I was one of the first on YouTube. It's a gift that you like me, so many followers. But I had to work for everything. I have rarely a single day off. So as an Aries, you probably notice already that this area of your life, career, where Capricorn tends to be a bit more dogged, but you're very determined there. You don't give up, but your constant setbacks, obstacles you have to overcome. But once you overcome them, you master it and you get to the top of the mountains. That's why Aries can reach to the top of the mountains, usually later in life. But if you've been having blockages with career, authority figures, or achieving some personal mountaintop, again, the 10th houses can be also achievement on a spiritual level, the highest we can manifest. Now you're going to have this opening for the next 20 days to get there. And if you notice that you're getting in survival mode in regards to those things, always pull your consciousness towards the goal. The goal just wants to climb up, make a plan. So a lot of Aries might be making a strategic plan, how to achieve their goals, how to get there. Might be great to make like a career plan for yourself, for your life, even for the next 5 years, because this is such a rare opening, astrologically speaking, with triple manifesting power. Maybe use a vision board. Angelique is doing on the 29th a workshop, and if you can't watch it live, you can just watch it after that, the recording, how to do a vision board. I constantly make vision boards myself because I like to see the final goal, how it's going to look at the top of the mountain, and you program it. And it takes me sometimes longer, usually longer, because Capricorn is the 10th from Aries, to reach there, but I always get there. Even yesterday, I was looking at my last vision board I did 3 years ago, and I had written a check there for December 2019 with how much I wanted my bank account, and I've totally forgotten about it. And yesterday I looked at it, and that's how much I have in my bank account. And I was like, I never believed this possible. It's kind of like, it took me, and my husband, like, he was clicking and saying, he was like, unbelievable. How is that possible that this amount, you got it? And I thought it was like a wild dream to actually ask for that. I'm like, yeah, by 2019, it's not going to happen, but it did happen. So these vision boards work. So if you want to do this, it's only $20, that workshop. You don't have to be live there. You can watch it after that, but it teaches you how to use feng shui, how to arrange the vision board, visualizing techniques and all such things. These things work, guys. That's how I've been doing vision boards since 2012. 2009, sorry, since 2009, and they've been awesome. Okay, so if you're Taurus, Capricorn is passing. This Capricorn stellium is going to be in your 9th house, and this cosmic gate opening for spiritual and material manifestations happening in the 9th house. So some of you will have to climb a mountain, but will get to the peak there in regards to your higher education. Some of you might get opportunity or opening for some great study or course or new inspiration or new source of knowledge or new wisdom that you're going to achieve. Some of you might manifest a really high level teacher. Again, as I said, it's triple manifesting positive trigger of that 9th house. So you can manifest the right teacher to teach, or the right mentor to take you somewhere. You can manifest a trip, a long-term trip, or relocation abroad. 9th house is connected to moving to faraway places, trips. Some of you might manifest, for example, if you have a company that's connected to 9th house activities like teaching, like guide, like tour guiding, like counseling, like coaching. This can be the time when you really manifest, when you really make it happen, when you really reach some peak of a sort. Or some of you might be in travel industry, some of you might be in import-export industry, or might be working with foreigners or people in higher positions, or people that are, if you're working with anyone who is not like in your immediate environment, like neighbors and, but people that are from other states, other towns, other countries, these are 9th house people. So you as Taurus, this triple manifesting power of the Capricorn sign. And I forgot to say that triple manifesting power is also triggering Leo, because according to Gemini astrology, Leo also gets activated, cardinal signs aspect fixed signs. So the cardinal triple manifesting power of now the Sun, Jupiter, and Mercury, because the Sun is the ruler of Leo, is also activating Leo. And for you as Taurus, Leo rules your 4th house. So for 17, 18 days, you can have a triple manifesting power also in your home life, family life, personal life. A 4th house rules that you can manifest property, something for your home, something good happening with a family member, with a mother member, a place that you want to live, or something connected with ground or earth, and with that 9th house. Also, you can manifest very high spiritual understanding with the Capricorn triple activation power in your 9th house, which is also spiritual house. So for some of you, might be like a height of spiritual understanding, like you see something, you understand something, your worldview going to a ascension to a higher worldview, to a more positive, to a more elevated, to a more truthful worldview of world, and our reality arranges itself according to the world view we have. So powerful times for you, Taurus, on this 9th house and 4th house. And I forgot to say, if you're Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Leo also gets triple activating power for you. And Leo is your 5th house. So for you, Aries, something very good can happen in the next 17, 18 days in regards when Mercury enters Capricorn, basically. Even though there are no planets in Leo, but the ruler of Leo, Jupiter and Mercury, aspected with ancient aspect, which is not normal in traditional astrology, but I'm using it. So for you, Leo, Aries, Leo manifests as well, fifth house, something with children, something with joy, with having fun, with romance, with taking a triple positive manifestation, some creative endeavor, some creative ideas can come to manifest very powerfully for you. Okay, then we have Gemini. Gemini for you, two signs, like for everyone, have triple manifesting power. One is Capricorn, so, but positive power. Capricorn, some healing can happen on a very deep level in the next 18, 20 days. You can overcome something that crushed you, whether it's a divorce that happened, whether it's the passing away of someone, whether it's the loss of something. And that's been, it might have happened many years ago or recently, but it's been heavy on you. Something that you feel like broke your heart or soul, something that feel you left a trauma on you. Now, triple positive activating power of Jupiter, Mercury, and the ruler of your 8th house together brings a healing, brings a turnaround, psychological breakthrough of some sort. If you're working through some trauma with a psychologist, you can have a breakthrough, you can have a healing. Sometimes even 8th house is known as miraculous healings of some sort. I wish it for you, even on the physical level. Triple manifesting power, if you're having operations or surgeries of any sort, that will be very positive. Triple manifesting power with other people's resources. You can manifest money from a bank or a loan or from clients or someone owning your money or some resources that can come to you from another person. 8th house is known as house of intimacy, and Victor, our wonderful astrologer, also says that it's known as the house of having soulmate experience, like deep, intense sexual soulmate experience. It gets triggered for 18 days. So I think some of you might experience that. You know, it's a very rare time to have triple the highest manifesting power of a sign. So do, you know, and make, and, you know, and 8th house is also astrology, the esoteric, occult sciences, getting answers, forbidden answers for taboo subjects. So having a psychological breakthrough, but also some occult knowledge, like a reading with an astrologer or psychic or whatever, that gives you a breakthrough as well. And 8, and as I said, Leo also manifests for you, Gemini, and because it's triggered for again to around the 17th, 18th of January, triply by 3 positive planets that make it manifest. So for you, it's 3rd house. A short trip can get manifested for you, Gemini. Going to back and forth a lot, or some positive piece of news can come to you that really completes the puzzle, or something very good can happen with a sibling of yours or a relative or some business associate. Also for some business project with marketing, with advertising, with sales, 3rd house rules, all of those things, commercial business activity can really get going and activated in a positive way. But the highest place where you're gonna, some new skill, for example, as well. But the highest level where you're gonna feel like ascension of some sorts is this Capricorn in the 8th house. Ascension of over trauma, ascension, a spiritual initiation and release of old trauma, ascension in resources through others in some way as well. Okay, then if you're Cancer, you might have had struggle with your relationships, personal. Capricorn rules there. All Cancers are susceptible to struggles with relationships throughout life. This is their own personal Mount Everest that they have to climb. But now, as I said, there is an opening to get to the peak. For some of you, they can be, especially Cancer rising, can be the trigger, the moon and the sun as well to a lesser degree. But it can be the time when they meet the special person. They can get to the top. They've been climbing. There's like, where is that relationship? Why are all relationships so hard? Why are they so strenuous, so karmic? Now you can get to the top there. Ascension in that area of your life. You can have a breakthrough as well, and triple manifesting for positive manifestation through some, for example, for some material, for some contract. Seventh house is connected to business as well, to sign a contract, to complete some, or to make some business partnership, or some client or partnership that basically manifests for you positive things, not only on a personal level, also your husband or marriage partner or wife, they might have some positive manifestation coming for you, or for them can climb their own peak, Everest, their own Mount Everest in some way, and achieve some peak performance of some sort, or even spiritual, or you can have like a spiritual ascension and awareness in regards to your attitude towards your relationships, some breakthrough there. You know, we talked about that at the beginning. And also Leo gets triggered for you Cancers for those 17, 18 days, the first days of the year. So that's powerful for manifesting career, material. Some money can come to you. The second house is triple manifesting power, some beautiful object, some desired object, some precious possession, or to manifest if you're someone who is a cook, who works in beauty industry, makeup industry, and just a second, I just have to say something here because I have a meeting with my software developers. I'm sorry about that. I'll be there in 30 minutes. Okay, sorry. And so triple manifesting power with resources, with finances possible for Cancer as well, with personal resources and finances, something that their own idea or their own initiative as well, or if they're in any second house businesses that I mentioned, whether food, wine, luxury goods, beauty of any sort, they can have a very manifesting 20 days ahead. Okay, so if you are Leo, Leo gets triggered in the sixth house by the triple manifesting power of the planets in a positive way. So some of you can manifest a new job, some of you can manifest a new project that is very positive, that you enjoy in your work. Some of you can manifest and improve the circumstances at your work some way. Some of you can manifest a better employees. Some of you can manifest a very positive person appearing who works for you, to do something for you, you know, or a pet. You know, the sixth house is that some of you can manifest better health. If you've been struggling with health, triple positive manifesting power to the sixth house now can unlock some health answers to some health problems. And also triple manifesting power is to have some advanced, you know, even spiritual realization in regards to your career, in regards to your health, a spiritual breakthrough of some sort, reaching some peak, and climbing a personal mountain of personal fitness goals that you have of some sort. And also, as I said, not only that, but Leo is manifesting as well, because from Capricorn with a special Gemini aspect, ancient astrology aspect, only Leo is the other sign that fully manifests for those first 17 days of 2020 and the last 2 of 2019. So you can manifest something very positive for your body, for your health overall, which is Leo. If your sun or ascendant or moon is there, if your sun is there, you can manifest something very positive in the life of your father or important man in your life, like a husband, or very positive, or like an important man can appear in your life if you're sun in Leo. Or you can your career, the sun rules your career and goals. You can really manifest somehow your career, your goals in some way. Your self-expression. If it's your moon in Leo, something really positive in regards to home. You can really trigger, you can really reach that peak now in regards to home, because the moon symbolizes home. In regards to, if you're Leo moon, I'm talking, in regards to family, in regards to place of living as well, in regards to some important woman or mother in your life, property and such. Okay, if you are Virgo, you're climbing your personal Mount Everest and reaching to the peak in regards to your love life. There is a triple manifesting power for love life manifestation. If you're single, now it can be time where I think especially Virgo risings, can really fall in love in a positive way, not in a, and as I said, for Virgo, Capricorn is their fifth house. They're usually more challenges in their love life than for other signs. This is something that it's their own great work they have to do, but it requires you climbing like this alpinist, back and forth, trying over and not giving up. My sister-in-law is Virgo rising, and it's amazing how she never gives up on dating. She gets her heart broken on online dating all the time, and she just says, that's it, I'm not doing it. But just like Capricorn in the fifth house of dating, she just keeps trying and trying. My ex-husband was also Virgo rising, and usually they're quite lame when younger in dating. They're quite, you know, because Capricorn, the fifth house, makes you like very kind of feeling awkward, inadequate, unable to self-express, you know, to be like this cool kid that entertains, you know, but usually later they become masters, and they even develop a systematic approach. Like my ex-husband had a system how he would date people, and eventually he achieved what he wanted. He found a wonderful wife. I'm so happy, because he deserves it. But anyway, going back to that, so Virgo, triple manifesting power for children, for some of you, for pregnancies, for something good happening with your child, for having a breakthrough in a difficult situation with your child, or difficult, you know, problem there, especially your firstborn, a breakthrough with love life, or if you've been having kind of a dry spell in your love life, there can be a revival of that. And it's not only love life, it's just the joy of life, of feeling excited about life, of feeling in the flow with life. Is the joy of feeling like a child that's playing, so to speak. Joie de vivre. My French is awesome. But so you might feel like there is an activation to have more fun, to learn new hobbies now, to maybe achieve a mountain peak for yourself in some area, Virgo, that is like a mountain peak in regards to your creative hobbies, or some creative project you can really manifest in a very positive way, a creative project, or some fun experiences, holidays, festivities, parties, anything that puts you in a enjoyable festive mood, or in fun party mood of some sort. And also Leo is getting triggered for you, which is the 12th house, triple positive manifesting power, which is the house of bed pleasures. You see romance and bed pleasure houses. It's interesting what's happening there. I wonder for you, Virgo. Secret affairs as well, the 12th house, but it's positive. And also unregimented in undeclared income. You can have some increase of undeclared income that is on the side, that you don't have to, it's like an alternative income that can come to you. You can manifest it through the activation of Leo in your 12th house by triple activation, by Gemini influences, or also you can manifest some retreat or far away holiday. 12th house is far away places, retreat, rest. 5th house is to have fun, but you also have fun. Maybe a romance can happen in a far away place, you know, or some spiritual manifestation. 12th house is spirituality. You can manifest more restful sleep, a better bed, a better bedroom, you know. Okay, if you are Libra, triple manifesting power. You're climbing your own personal Everest, and you're reaching to the top in regards to home, family, place of living. And I'm quite excited to say, my husband being Libra rising, I think we found a house, and I think in the next 20 days when this is happening, I think we might buy it, or, you know, finally. So I was, you know, I get teary-eyed because it's been a struggle for him and for us. So it's, yes, so this triple manifesting power that Gemini ancient astrology talks about seems to really work. So I wish for you Libras, you're going to see something good happening in your family life, something pivotal, but in a positive way, with property or vehicles, or 4th house rules vehicles, with family, with mother, with emotional state, with parenthood as well, some support or something like that. And also for Libra, Leo gets triple manifesting power. And you can, Leo for you Libras is, what is that? Your 11th house. Friendships, you can manifest some gains in the next 20 days, triple manifestation. Let's see if Gemini astrology is correct. It's recently only rediscovered, as I said. That's why it's quite, you know, It's we're testing it now to see. It's very ancient astrology. Does it work? Does it not work? So you'll tell me in 20 days if it works. So you can manifest friendship or some benefactor that can help you, or some gains on earnings or marketplace, creative idea, new ideas for earnings and gains as well, the 11th house, to participate in the economy of some way, or contribution to society, or some large goal or dream or project that you can start working on, that connects you to large groups of people, or that is a dream of yours, or you can kind of achieve some kind of dream of yours with this 11th house. All right, if you are Scorpio, Capricorn is triple manifesting for you, and you're reaching a personal peak of achievement in the next 20 days, a breakthrough there in your 3rd house. It might mean in business, in communication, in education, in learning some skill, a breakthrough. Maybe you're mastering some skill, maybe learning some new skill that will be extremely positive for you. As I said, it's positive triple manifestation. Some piece of information can come to you as well, or maybe some important contact that you can create. Often Scorpios, they have their own little issues of overcoming communication blockages and sharing, because 3rd house is naturally ruled by Capricorn for them. You can have a breakthrough there. And there can be some important business contacts that are happening right now, or some very important and really positive manifestation, business administrative activities like marketing, like advertisement. If you're in sales, you're going to have better sales, triple manifesting power of sales, which is the 3rd house. If you're trying to present some product or whatever, or if you're writing something, if you're teaching some skills to someone, if you are training someone, or if you're training yourself, 3rd house is those things. If you're writing, speaking, or performing any kind of manual labor work, or work with the hands, crafts and stuff, triple manifesting power for those things. It's very businessy house, 3rd house. Lots of business. You can manifest business meetings, documents, but again, for positive. Friendships, 3rd house, communications, increased communication, social media influence and impact, a website, improvements and such. So if you do any letters or important communications today, I'd say do them now. Then also Leo manifests for you. It's your career. Triple manifesting power getting triggered to your career, your social status. Some of you might get a promotion. Some of you might get recognized for some project, a better career achievement, some achievement in career. But it's going to be connected to the 3rd house as well. Communication, some short travels as well. Overcoming some documents that are important. Some signing of agreements of some sort as well. Marketing, advertising, messaging, information. If you're Sagittarius, the triple manifesting power of Capricorn is in your 2nd house. You're gonna have the opportunity to overcome your own personal Mount Everest in regards to resources and finances. There can be some spiritual awareness of direct material manifestation of material resources, or spiritual awareness, how to break through, how to manifest better resources and stability in life. So you can receive something, that you can gain, or you can receive a new independent source of income of some sort. This is one of the things that Sagittarius usually tends to struggle with, this Capricorn area, repeated efforts to create their own source of income, to create their own stability, material stability in life. But now you're given the opportunity to reach that peak, to manifest such an idea, or such asset, or something that you feel make you more secure and stable materially and financially, and also to manifest something very good for your family, because the 2nd house rules our support system, and that's our family. So good things coming there. Or if you're in a career that requires its beauty, or hairdressing, or just food, cooking, or tasting, or drinks, which also 2nd house. Or like if you're luxury salesman of luxury items or antiques, all of those are 2nd house. You're gonna have like really breakthrough or really good 20 days, an opportunity to climb some personal mountain there, as I said, to manifest. Also for Sagittarius, Leo is manifesting for those 20 days, 19, 20 days. And Leo for you rules the 9th house, which means you can manifest a faraway, a trip, a relocation to a foreign country, papers and documents for a foreign place. You can manifest higher education or new knowledge or a better teacher, inspirational wisdom of some sort that takes your understanding and your consciousness to a higher level. So all good stuff to high understandings, higher spiritual understanding. Then if you are Capricorn, well, the triple Capricorn, you have to watch the first start of this video. It's all for you. The first 20, 30 minutes, I think they're all for you. I don't think I need to say anything more because I told you everything there. They can be a spiritual breakthrough, but also material, achieving some peak. Capricorns come under the incarnation, especially Capricorn rising, to climb those peaks. They achieve high positions sooner or later in life in the material world, or in the spiritual world. They can become disciples, initiates, yogis. You know, they have the biggest self discipline of all, and but usually they struggle a lot to get you there. That's why they say, oh, you're Capricorn, your life is so hard, it gets better with age. But now you've been probably, as I said, like the alpines, going back and forth before they reach the peak. They can't just go straight for the peak. There is this a few months going back and forth before they reach Everest. So now you're going to have this opportunity to reach your own personal Everest, some powerful new beginning. You'll be triggered into manifesting, into initiating, into getting things done. The power is yours, Capricorn. You're in the, it's like your internal goat is getting like a triple boost by this triple activation of your sign for positive manifestation. It's like it's eaten some fuel and it's you know, kind of taking a lift up a little bit. It's like catapulted towards the peak with a slingshot. So you're gonna have this rare opportunity, Capricorn. Grab it. I know it will come to you, whether, you know, no matter what state you're in, and by God only knows you need that. So manifesting time, don't be afraid. Saturn, Pluto conjunction in Capricorn, you know, it's happening within that period, but because there's triple manifesting power, the protection of Jupiter there, your ruler there, Mercury there, the universe wants you to take you on the next level. As I said, Capricorn is about ascension, reaching heights. The universe trying to get you there to the next level. And for you, Capricorn, also the 8th house is getting triggered with Leo. So you can manifest support from another, emotional, material, mental, psychological. You can ask and you receive help now. You can manifest resources from clients, more money. Your partner can manifest more money, some loan or some support, maybe because you're having new initiatives and you're going to receive that support. You can manifest some healing as well. This is the 9th house, the 8th house. You can manifest possibly even more intimacy. Okay, if you're Aquarius, your triple manifesting power is coming with the entrance of this new year from your 12th house. This is something that Aquarius often struggle with, this 12th house, because Capricorn rules it there. This is the ability to let go of unhealthy habits, of self-sabotaging behaviors, of the past, the old. You know, I know Aquarius is very forward-looking sign, but they kind of have this fear of letting go of the past with Capricorn there. And the struggle, 12th house is mental health, spiritual health. They're often Aquarius, especially Aquarius rising, are known to be more susceptible to struggle with, you know, internal kind of inner demons there, and to spiritual breakthroughs. Like they have difficulties connecting to higher power. Sometimes they're too mental. As Aquarians, they need to understand God scientifically. And with Capricorn in the 12th house, the house of connecting to God, kind of almost have like they constantly try to achieve God, to understand the mysteries, but it's the hardest for them. But they also have the potential to be the strongest disciples and initiates, because for them it's hardest to connect to kind of to those, to the invisible realms of but with repeated efforts, they can become exactly masters, like a yogi in a cave, you know. So There'll be a breakthrough, this activation of your 12th house, a breakthrough on the spiritual level of consciousness. Your consciousness, the 12th house is the level of your consciousness, can jump to a higher level, especially with 4 planets that bring spiritual awareness in the sign of the initiative and spiritual ascension. Some of you might have mystical experiences, Aquarius. I know you might laugh at me now, but there can be some turns, some powerful, mystical, miraculous experience, like a miracle, like a connection with divine invisible world, with God, a message from invisible realms that turns you around from skeptic to really connected to the invisible world, to truly initiate on the path. You can overcome a personal mountain blockage connected to your connection to higher consciousness. And you know, when you raise to a higher consciousness, then you solve so many problems, especially problems of hidden vices. 12 houses, that if you have some problem with of a hidden vice, you can get like a different type of consciousness to see from a different direction in the next 20 days that can take you out of that slavery. 12 house also rules slavery, to that vice, to that addiction, to that weakness, to, it might be any kind of addiction, to some kind of a self-sabotaging behavior. Because of the triple manifesting power of Capricorn, you rise above it. You know, you overcome something like that. Also, 12th house is unregimented, undeclared income of some sort, alternative income, something like that. You can benefit in a big way from some source of income that you don't have to declare, alternative gaining opportunity, you know. So interesting to see what this happens. Also, it can manifest far away travel to a foreign place. It can manifest retreat somewhere, hotel, and experience a positive experience in retreat, with hotel, with spirituality, with meditation, and, you know, gaining of a higher perspective and consciousness. Or it can manifest access to a faraway country. And Leo gets activated for you in the same 20 days. Of course, the more intense is this 12th house, this breakthrough, some inner demons and fears, and overcoming of some inner subconscious limitations from the past that are blocking us, self-sabotaging behaviors, the 12th house. But it's also, Leo is triple manifesting for you in the 7th house, triple manifestation through a positive partnership. Triple manifestations, your partner can get active or do something that feels really great for you. Something good can happen in the life of your partner. You can meet someone, you know, probably no astrologer will tell you that, but Leo is triple manifesting through the Sun, Jupiter, and Mercury aspecting with Rashi aspect, as it's known, your 7th house, which says, the ancient Gemini book says, this is when the potential of that house gets fulfilled for the best, the better potential, the good potential. So finding a partner for you, Aquarius, if you're single. Your partner, something good, a business partner, a contract of some sort, signing up some contract, again, positive manifestation. A collaboration with someone, something good coming to you from another. And finally, Pisces. Pisces, triple manifesting power, and you achieving your personal mountain of some sort in your goals and dreams and wishes. You're going to be climbing over some mountain, and you've been climbing up and back on the climb of earnings and gains and achieving your dreams, but you have not yet had the possibility to get to that peak. You've been very close to it, and you had to try over and over. And now there is an opening for a big dream or a goal or a wish. You can reach that goal in the next 20 days. If you want to reach larger audience, if you want to influence large groups of people, you can have a breakthrough now. You can achieve more clients. You can network. You can create some network now, or get invited, or participate in some network or some group or some forum or some society that really catapults you to achieve a goal of yours, that really catapults you to better earning, to better connectivity, and better market ability to get plugged into the economy and start contributing, but also participating in the economy. You can do it through some internet like app like Airbnb or Uber, whatever, but you will find some opportunity. If you already know what this opportunity is, you'll be able to gain from it, to get materially beneficial results for it, because the 11th house is that, and to see kind of the top of the peak and to start participating. Also, you can manifest a friend. You can manifest a friendship that's long-lasting or positive in some way, or acquaintance, and it's very good for business. If you have business, these are the gains. This is increase clients and reach and potential, you know, leads and stuff. So all great stuff. And social connection, social occasions, you can manifest some social occasion. If you work in a career that's about organizing, planning some big events, you can manifest this now. Or if you work in economies, economic, something to do with markets and stuff again. Or big projects, social projects, you can achieve a peak, you can manifest this project. And also you can overcome a mountain and a peak, some blockages in regards to your personal friendships and such social connectivity, social visibility as well. And also Leo gets activated for you, Pisces. Leo rules for you the 6th house of work. So for some of you, it can indicate a new work project or achieving some peak or kind of a shining, because Leo shines. Capricorn achieves peaks through hard work. Leo, it just shines in there. You can prove yourself and shine. In regards to your work, there can be improved conditions there. They can be also in regards to your health, because of the triple manifesting power of Leo as well. Improved health conditions for you, improved like fitness conditions. So maybe some health problem might get resolved. You can find a better doctor. So look for such solutions. Ride that wave. Also, you can find the right employee right now, 6th house, that feels great, and the right nanny or the right whatever, the right marketing person, whatever, someone who is an employee. Or you can get a puppy, a domestic animal. So there you go. You see, it sounds scary, Pluto, Saturn in Capricorn, all of those things. Yes, there'll be intensity, but there'll be a breakthrough and manifestation power through that madness and intensity of the eclipses and the Pluto-Saturn conjunction. So I want to tell you, you're going to do some great work, and you're going to overcome some big issues and fears, like the goat that's climbing, like the alpinist that reaches a peak there. So I wanted to give you the heads up. And do join Angelique, if you like, on our 2020 vision board creation, Manifest the Year of 2020, for which just $20 is going to be 5 hours or something. Or check my 2020 videos for each of the signs. These are my best-selling project. Thousands of those have been sold with not a single request for a refund. If you like my style, get your personal horoscope. It's 90 minutes per sign. Check them out. They're just $9.99, and from the 1st of January, I sell the whole package for half price only. So thank you so much. I love you. Happy New Year. I forgot. Happy New Year. Yes.